And good evening. Okay, so let's talk about a few last minute tips for the controlled assessment. Where are we going to start? Well, let's start here. Here we have activity 1 and we've got the mark scheme. This is a super useful document because the mark scheme basically tells you what the examiners are looking for. Okay, so what I'm going to do this evening, what I'm proposing to do certainly tonight, is talk about task 1 and task 2, and we're going to be looking at the data dictionary and the entity relation database. The entity relation diagram, sorry. Okay, so as always, band 1, 2 and 3 and not the bands we need to be looking at. We need to be looking at band 4. So the entity relation diagram shows that the data is correctly normalized with no data redundancy. The ERD is fully drawn with correct relationships, and relationship types are shown throughout. And here you of course have my example. Now when it comes to normalization, what we're looking to do is we're looking to break the database down right into its component parts. So let's just have a quick look. Here's the original data dictionary and it's a bit of a mess. Now the odds are they're going to try and trip you up by making one of these field names, by spelling one of the field names incorrectly. It's a nice easy way for them to say, oh, you've not paid attention. So look, check your spellings. If they've made a spelling mistake, you make sure you change it, but also make a note that you've changed it. The other thing that we need to be looking at is we need to be making sure we're using good terminology. So here we've got cleaner's name and cleaner surname. Perhaps I should have changed this to cleaner first name. And then of course we come over to, where are they? Where are the supervisors? Yeah, the supervisors are here. And this is really wrong because of course we need to break it down. Supervisor first name, supervisor surname. Remember, in order to be in third normal form, yeah, all of your fields need to be atomic. That means one piece of information. So it should be, we'll go down to Doc Robinson because I know I can absolutely nail the pronunciation of that. Doc, first name, Robinson, surname. Okay. And as you can see, we've got repeating data, repeating data, repeating data, repeating data. And we want it so things like that only appear once in a table. This is half the reason that when we look at relationships, we can go to the cleaning service table. I'll show it in design view. And we actually have a table which just has the cleaning services in and their primary key, because they are now just part of their own table. They don't need to be anything more. The way I always think about this is, I mean, you can use this, and if that works for you, all power to you, brilliant. But the way I tend to think about it is I just go back to the way I think. I think about it in terms of a school. You would have one table full of teachers. You would have one table with students, maybe it's a table with classes, and then maybe it's a table with subjects. One teacher could maybe teach many subjects, like myself, geography, IT and PD at the moment. But also you could have one teacher only teaches one subject, and that would be acceptable too. But then we move on to students. One student can be part of many classes. One teacher can teach many classes. One to many, many to one. It's always worth just breaking it down. And largely when you use something like this, especially because when you import the data, you're going to use, where is it? It's here somewhere. Is it in home? You're going to use the option to, wait a minute. I'm going to struggle anyway because it's not wanting me signed in. Yeah, that's why it's not appearing. When you play with the table itself and you're in the table wizard, you're going to be in a position where it's actually going to split it down an awful lot for you, but you still need to think about how you're going to do it and what tables you're going to need. Realistically, ladies and gents, you've got 8 to 7 marks up for grabs, and that should be an easy 8 to 7 marks for you to start off with. Okay, so that's activity 1 sorted. Activity 2, the data dictionary. So let's just get that up so we can all have a look at that. Here's my data dictionary. Of course, you've been sent this so you can, look at it yourself. Now, I'll be honest with you. I imported the data. I had a rough idea in my head of how it should be normalised and the relationships that we would have with the tables. But did I do these as the first thing on paper? No, I didn't. I got stuck right into the database. Now, some people could say that's right, some people could say that's wrong. For me, once I had the basics and I got it all sorted, I could then start thinking about my field descriptions, my data types, my lengths, whether or not they were primary keys, foreign keys, or they weren't keys at all, and then most importantly, how I was going to use validation rules. Now don't forget, you're going to need to use validation rules. You're going to need at least one validation rule, at least one combo box, and at least one input mask. Do I have, oh, here we go. I'm just going to get the sample assessment up here so we can look at that, and we can just cross-reference it. And there's the cat. I don't know if you just heard, there's the cat again. And he doesn't like it when we sit at the desk and work, because I think he can figure out that he should be being petted or something. So, task scenario. Yeah, your validation. So we need a range check, we need a presence check, and we need a list check or a lookup. So the list check or the lookup would be the combo box. The presence check is just forcing you to put data in, and that's literally just ticking a box. See my other videos for these. And then a range check on a suitable field. So again, you've seen all this before in the other videos. But then once you've got it, you can start, once you've built the database, you can start playing around with this and getting these right. Yeah? And again, let's just look at the mark scheme once more. Again, we need to be looking for that top mark band. So uses a recognised naming convention and is used consistently for all fields and tables. So here we go. TBL underscore whatever it's going to be. In this case, services, cleaning service, supervisor, and then finally cleaner. And that's super simple. I mean, realistically, if you're not doing that properly, all you've got to do is put TBL. I mean, a recognised naming convention, yeah? TBL, that's it. You could call it TBL Womble, TBL Danger Mouse, TBL Power Rangers, TBL Winnie the Pooh. It's using a recognised naming convention, and it's here, let's make sure our field names are sensible. I mean, I'm I'm not for 1 minute suggesting you call your tables things like TBL Danger Mouse. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show, this is what you could in theory do, but you would still be using a recognised naming convention. So next, the data dictionary has correct data types for all fields. This is why we do it on the this is why we do it on the computer, because we can check what the fields are, we can check what the field lengths are, we can also do clever things here like just change them. In fact, that should also, it's got required, so I've hit my required field there, things like that. Okay, cool. So that's easy, nothing complicated there. The data dictionary has accurate validation rules, and all we need to do is say, we're going to put validation rules in. I'm going to say just generally what it is. So for here, the validation rule is going to be 1, 2, or 3. And I'm being cheeky here, super cheeky, because I'm making it into a combo box as well. I'm being smart enough to realise, well, that's that, but I can just build it up, and that would be acceptable. And then finally, the data dictionary identifies all the primary and foreign keys. Well, again, you're largely going to be doing that based off, where is it, here we go, here. It's giving you some of them. It will give, because the odds are it's going to say, oh, this is an ID. Well, guess what? It's a primary key if it's an ID. Definitely. Yeah? But it could also be, the odds are it's also going to be in another table as a foreign key. It might not give you them all. Or does it? Wait a minute, let me just have a look here. So we have 4 tables, yeah? So there's my supervisor ID. There's my cleaner ID, yeah? We've got a cleaning service. Oh, wait a minute, there we go. There's my job star rating. Cleaning service. Now, cleaning service, they've boxed a bit clever here, because they've not told you it's an ID, but it quite obviously is. All those correlate there. So that's obviously a primary key. They're giving you 2 primary keys. There's your third one. And there's one more. Supervisor, cleaner, cleaning service. Bear with me. So here we go, yeah. Cleaner ID, service ID. We need cleaning, yeah. Cleaner ID, service ID, cleaning service ID. Bear with me. Cleaning service. And of course they mix them up a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So again, nothing too complicated. Again, think about what we've done in the past. What else can I say? Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's my entity relationship diagram. Now, if I handed that in to myself, I would be annoyed with me. Why? Well, I've left something off. I've not put a page number. Why is that important, you say? Well, when I come to mark this, I'm going to need to put where my evidence is found. Now, you're going to be saving these as activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, so that's not a problem. And okay, you're going to say, oh yeah, but sir, activity 1's like, realistically, it's 1 page. I mean, if you want to get clever, it's 2, but you don't actually need those tables there. It's 1 page. Yeah, but still, it shows you're on the ball. It's the difference between a student's work that looks like they're absolutely going to hammer it and not. And yeah, I've not put a page number in, but why? It's so I can talk to you about it now. So don't remember, headers and footers. Your name, page number. You want to get clever? Great. Stick your candidate number in. Stick your school number in. It's all good. It would look nice. Okay. what else? Because I just want to talk and give you know, a few other things. How long have I spoken for? Some time, yeah, about 15 minutes. So that's first, the entity relationship in the data dictionary. And I reckon on Tuesday when you hit this, what you're aiming for, certainly within the first 2 hours, is I'd want you to spend maybe the first 10-15 minutes reading your instruction booklet, yeah, and what's been asked. Make a few notes. Don't be afraid to mark it up and make notes. The other thing you've got is it tells you what to do in the activities. Again, read them. And then here at the end, you'll find the tables. Now, you might be able, yeah, you should be able to just copy and paste, but if you can't, it's 2 minutes to make these tables. You've seen that a lot of the work I've done, I've been massive on putting it all in tables because it makes it cleaner. It makes it easier to look at. It makes it easier to see. And we've just got a visitor. Do you want to say hello? Here. I'm doing some work for my students. Do you want to say hello, Blake?
Hello.
Okay, it's Josh, Rob, Chris, Anders, Ryan, Beth and Jenny. Go say hello to them all, yeah? Oh, you're going to go to bed now and let me finish this. Yeah, night. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, read through, figure out what you need to do. And then maybe try and play with the data set that you're given to help inform these first two activities. I mean, realistically, after the first day, if you can get, I mean, let's just see what it's recommending for time there a minute, because I know it actually, yeah, I mean, the data dictionary and the ER diagram, it's an hour each, they reckon. Then the design specification, honestly, yeah, I'd probably do that last. You could, but what I would do is I would try and get your database built as much as possible, and then on Wednesday you could maybe make wee edits and alterations. But what you want to be doing is getting the groundwork in initially, and that's where it is, because that's, you know, 8 marks right out the can, and if you that's 16 easy marks, gang. You know, 16 super simple marks. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits with this video now for the moment. But seriously, these mark schemes, super important you read them. Super important you read them. You're all gonna be fine. You'll be fine. You're super lot. And we're just gonna call that quits there. So here we go. Anything else, drop me an email. I'll have my phone on me, and if you need more videos, I'll do more videos tomorrow night or whenever you want them. Seriously, look at your work. Heads in the books sort of style. Play with your databases and it'll all be fine. I'll probably, even if you don't ask me to, make a little video tomorrow, possibly in the morning, we'll see, just looking at just some general query stuff, because I figure once if you can nail the queries, which you all can do, and I'm really just throwing more bits at you just in case, that'll help. Right, I am now honestly going to shut up and go away and leave you all alone. So cool, okay, happy days, see you later, gang, bye.